Hey, Harvest Church. I'm Reverend Dr. Keon Jackson. I'm applying to the executive pastor position at Harvest Church, Atlanta, or the greater Georgia area. And I'm super duper excited to be doing this questionnaire and this pre screening interview with you all. Big shout out to Ross, who I believe is your HR person who helped me navigate and get here to this application to see the questions. I'm Reverend Dr. Keon Jackson here in New Jersey. I know I'm wearing a sweater in July, but it is raining and it's so cold outside, and my wife has only AC, so I get cold fast. So this is why I'm like this. A little bit about me. I like the color red. As you see, my doctoral robe is red. Although Duke University, where I got my doctorate, their colors are blue. They let me walk in a red gown. So I have a THD in preaching, a Doctor of Theology degree in preaching from Duke. I have a Master's Divinity degree from Drew University in nonprofit management and preaching. I have a Bachelor's of Arts degree um, in philosophy and music, and a Master of Arts degree from Harvard University in biblical languages and Near East culture. I spend most of my time as a practitioner, so a pastor in the ministry and an academic in the ministry. I've written a book called Onyx Black Thought Essays on Amazon.com. If you look at my curriculum vitae or vitae, I have written in many publications and things like that. But I absolutely love being a practitioner of the church. In terms of ministry, I've served as worship pastor, executive pastor, associate pastor, pastor of finance and business, senior pastor, interim senior pastor, and minister of music in some of my early career. So I love pastoring, and that is who I am in and out. What motivates me to work at Harvest Church is the built and the foundation of the ministry. You guys have ministries for everybody. I mean, I was looking at the website and I'm like, a lot of churches can't say they have these ministries. You have ministries for creatives. You have ministries for the tech nerds. You have ministries for people that want to dance. You have the apprenticeships. You have the adjutancy. You have a whole plethora of things that a lot of churches are not even ready to dive into. So kudos to Bishop Foreman for starting and founding a church built upon versatility and options. And for you all to be under African American leadership and have options, that's a big thing because our churches statistically are not on YouTube like that. They don't have ministries where people can express themselves. And you guys have done a great job at doing that. So that's what motivates me to work at Harvest. I mean, who wouldn't want to be in an environment in their career field? So for me, it's pastoring, but that also services the church community in their interests. I mean, that is by far amazing. So one of Bishop Foreman's messages, sermons that I looked at was the kingdom in you, and focused on tribulation. I forget the whole title, but it was so well preached. And I am a homiletician, and I look at preachers differently. And of course, this is someone and this is a type of preaching style that I could sit under, just being a Baptist by heart. I mean, he broke that thing down, and the importance of this is because at my current church, which I believe the Lord has called me to leave in this particular season of my life, I was preaching on tribulation. I was preaching on how to shift the trajectory of trials and tribulations, opposed to looking at them as something as harmful, but looking at them in a way where this is the Lord propelling you for greatness. This is the Lord preparing you to go over and beyond even what we dream. Right? So to hear some of those nuances echoed in that particular sermon and the series, I mean, I fell in love. And as a homiletician, if I am hired to be the executive pastor, I will definitely be using some of his style and my style of preaching when asked from time to time. So yes, this is something that I could sit under, receive, and learn from. Describe what you believe the functions of the role you're applying for are, and the why behind, and the what behind the role. So for me, right, an executive pastor is the administrator of the church, right? The campus pastor, if we were a school, would be a principal, right? Bishop Foreman would be the superintendent. I'm the vice principal. I'm there to run the building, assist the pastor, the campus pastor, and Bishop Foreman with the vision. I'm there to preach whenever they ask me. I'm there to do a lot of the managerial and overall run through of the church. I applied to this particular job again because I've been pastoring for about 9 years, and your job description was written very thoroughly and very well, and it was very clear about what the day-to-day would look like. And so that is the why and the what of the role. And I'm just excited because I hope this particular screening just starts a conversation with us. What are your top 3 professional attributes and your top 3 professional weaknesses? I'll start off with my weaknesses. I can be a tad bit impatient. A weakness is that I like things expedited quickly, and my team may not be ready to handle that. And with that, if this is an oxymoron, I spend a lot of time in the discernment process. That means that if there's a move that needs to be made, I will spend time praying on it and praying on it and praying on it. And sometimes the Lord may show me it, but I'm still praying on it so He can confirm it. That's a strength and a weakness. My top 3 professional attributes. I'm an eager to learn type of person. I'm a great listener. And I would have to say, I've been told that I'm a good, fair, polite, and kind, I would say, director or manager over the people that I've had to serve under me, either as executive pastor or senior pastor. And that is those are 3 greatest things that I think that I've been told, which is why they're attributes. Because I think if you give yourself attributes, then you're not really attributed, if that makes sense at all. So those are my things. And with the 3 weaknesses and the 3 strengths, we are praying on them that the Lord lessens them and the Lord strengthens them, and things like that. So, number 5, do you work best with a team or independently, or both? Why? Both. Here's why. Sometimes there are certain things that you can only do yourself, and that is the truth, right? And other times there are certain things that you have to do with a team. And then there's other times where you want to do something by yourself, but you have to work with the team. Either or works for me. In terms of this particular position, I would probably like to work in teams, or if the campus pastor, Bishop Foreman himself says, listen, Keon, I need you to do this with yourself, then boom, I'm going to do that. Listen, Keon, I need you to do this with the team, then boom, I'm working with the team. I'm an either or type of person. I am working on my loud personality sometimes in these particular roles. 6, how do you handle receiving coaching and correction from an upline? I'm going to be honest. Depending on how it comes across, that is how I am either okay or not okay with handling it, right? What do I mean by that? Church is church, but I try to always be a professional, right? Unless me and the person who is correcting me have a greater rapport, almost brothers, sisters, or friends. Because sometimes people can be correcting you, but the tone can be rude, right? Sometimes the people can be nitpicking, and we call that correction. So it all depends for me, the type of person I am, who's saying it, how they're saying it, and what our relationship is. Now, again, what I mean by that is I'm not going to go off, but internally I may wrestle with, wow, I don't know how to say you either. I accept the correction, but you hurt my feelings in your delivery. I don't know how to say that. I'm an emotional type of person. 7, what is your current total take-home compensation per month after taxes? I don't really. Let me check, actually, if you don't mind. If you guys don't mind, this is a video. Okay, so uh my yearly income is about $90,000 right now where I am. I don't care what exactly, like I don't have I don't have like a, oh, I have to make this, because I know that the Lord has called me to leave my particular church. So monthly I take about $7,500 home. So again, I make $90,000 a year. I take about 7,000 and some change home, after, of course, taxes are out. And that's your last question. So again, a big shout out to Roz, big shout out to Bishop Foreman, big shout out to everyone who makes Harvest Church happen. And I really hope that this vlog pre-screening thing really starts a conversation. I hope I was honest. I hope I showed you who I really was. And I'm just excited. And hopefully, God's will, I can join the Harvest team as we begin to stride forward in the future in God and for the best of Harvest Church. God bless you. God keep you. I'm Reverend Dr. Jackson, and I really hope this brings forth conversation. Amen.